I do not want a black all-American story when it comes to Polo Ralph Lauren, because that is not how we and people who look like me have engaged with Polo Ralph Lauren. We stole that shit.
Okay, why is black people being shown in a positive light such a problem for you? We didn't all grow up stealing.
Rap music has gave black people a horrible name. The media has gave black people a horrible name, making it seem as if a jail cell is our Ritz-Carlton, like it's something to look forward to. Being able to sell drugs on the street is the new degree. The media has really painted a picture to black people like crime is a part of all of our DNA. And for those that don't indulge in crime, we are tired of being labeled with these kind of images because we are not a monolith. So Ralph Lauren just came out with a new collection called the Oak Bluffs collection, and they put black people in a different light, and because of that, it's creating a lot of controversy. As you can see, this is the look right here that Ralph Lauren is depicting of black people on their website right now. Honestly, I think it's gonna surprise you by some of the reactions that this got. Check this out right here.
Black elitism gotta get the fuck the same way white supremacy does. I don't give a fuck how you present it to me. I don't care. James Jeter just dropped his second collection with Polo Ralph Lauren. The first one, Morehouse and Spelman, HBCUs were the craze. Totally get it. That was a layup. I understand. Now we're in the second collection is based off Oak Bluff, the only section in Martha's Vineyard where black people could gather and do their thing. Cool. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I do not want a black all-American story when it comes to Polo Ralph Lauren, because that is not how we and people who look like me have engaged with Polo Ralph Lauren. It's never been about some elite bourgeoisie shit. We stole that shit. Like the things that you are creating, the things that you are trying to create, the things that, oh, like this is black excellence or black elite or whatever, we stole that shit. That is not how we engage with Polo Ralph Lauren. And for you, and while I feel like you are overly qualified to sit at the seat as creative director, you must tell these people, if you are going to leverage my blackness to help your company, we have to do it how black people have done it. At some point you got to recognize the lowlifes. At some point you got to recognize these other groups of people who look like us, how we were. It was a rebel for us to wear these things. It was a rebellion to the American dream, to the all-American standard. We stole that shit. And for us who are using our dollar to buy Polo, at best we talking about a Macy's Dillard level, and for most of us it's a Marshalls and Ross level. You have to get, if you are going to sit at the creative director seat, you got to understand, like, the access is at that Macy's Dillard level and down. We gonna steal that shit up there. That $600 jacket, the booster's back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this like to promote, you know what I'm saying, nefarious behavior and shenanigans. I'm saying it because that's how we engage with this shit. We did not engage with this shit on some like, oh, like, we don't give a fuck. Like, none of that shit is what we give a fuck about. And it's kind of disingenuous that you're trying to pass it on. Like, that's crazy as fuck to me.
I just got one question for that brother. Who the hell is stealing from Ralph Lauren? Who is these niggas he's talking about? Niggas was the only way we got Ralph Lauren if we was stealing from them. Who? My mom had me and Ralph Lauren at a very young age, and my mom ain't no thief. My pops ain't no thief. See, this is what happens when you don't know nothing outside of the neighborhood that you live in. You believe that the rest of the world behaves exactly like what you see. But it's this type of mindset that holds us back as a people because you don't know your actual lineage. All black people aren't criminals. All black people aren't low income. And even those that are low income don't make them ghetto or thieves. That's just what we're taught to believe, which is why some people follow suit, because it's an image that they believe they have to maintain if they wear this color. I did some research to find out where exactly did he get the idea that black people were stealing from Ralph Lauren. And this is what I found.
Well, Ralph Lauren was never made for you. It was designed for the country club. Wealth, prep, prestige, and living the American dream. Now enter the lowlifes. Two crews from Brooklyn, Polo USA and Ralphie's Kids. These guys turned stealing into style. Literally. They used to boost Polo right off the racks. They would hit up Polo stores in the morning and flex those fits that same night. And it wasn't just for the clothing. It was for what it represented. Wearing Polo was empowering. You might not come from money, but when you wear it, you feel like you do. The lowlifes weren't trying to fit into Ralph's vision. They hijacked it and then made it their own. And here's the twist. Even though they were costing Polo millions of dollars through this boosting, the brand ended up making way more than that from the cultural capital that it gained. It was no longer just for golfers and prep school kids. It was for rappers, hustlers, and the trendsetters. It wasn't done by marketing teams, but by black and brown kids from Brooklyn that saw the art and rebellion.
The same black people that are complaining about the Ralph Lauren Oaks Bluff collection are the same ones that would rather their children be athletes than lawyers or doctors. They are the same ones that would celebrate a sexy red but know absolutely nothing about Rhapsody. The same ones that do not realize that a plain Jane Patek or Rolex is worth more than a damn bust down. The idea that somebody like Jay-Z would put down gaudy jewelry and start collecting art because it appreciates more in value, that concept is foreign to them. They literally cannot see past the world that they currently are in. Having black people that are Ivy League or living in affluent communities, that just seems so far from their imagination. Until we realize and recognize that we are not a monolith, we will continue to be our biggest damn enemy.
You're not the target audience for this. It wasn't meant for you, and that's okay. Why is black people being shown in a positive light such a problem for you? We didn't all grow up stealing. In fact, if I'd ever thought about stealing, my mom would probably put me 6 feet under. It's not one band, one sound. We are not a monolith, and we all grew up with different experiences. Not everything is out of a Tyler Perry struggle movie. The same people that have a problem with this are the same people in school talking about, look at that nigga reading. Why does he talk so white? You're so articulate. Are you trying to be white? Just for simply wanting to do well in school. This collection does an excellent job in showcasing that we have diverse styles, diverse opinions within the black community. We started dandyism, we can dress preppy, we can do great tailoring. This collection is out of your budget and that's why you're upset. That's a totally different conversation to have. But in this day and age where we have brands like American Eagle pushing eugenics with Sydney Sweeney, it's even more important to be able to have this type of representation as a part of American culture. And having a major fashion brand like Ralph Lauren doing this is giving it exactly the amount of visibility that it needs to get. Before you guys get on here with your thought pieces, actually think about people that live outside of your bubble.
Man, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because when Balenciaga came out with their collection of sagging the pants, we was all in an uproar. When Tyler Perry makes his movies making it seem like all black women are struggling victims, we're in an uproar. So now black people are depicted in a positive way. And we're saying, whoa, 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 that ain't us. We're thieves. No, nigga, you're a thief. People you know are thieves. We ain't no damn thieves. I need to switch up your friend groups, turn off the music, and go touch some grass. But even deeper, I think y'all need to learn a little bit more about your blackness. Know your history. I've never been a super history guy, but there's certain things that you need to know about yourself. The media will subconsciously program how you will see yourself. I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. A lot of us know about Wall Street, right? But a lot of us don't know about Black Wall Street. That's not by mistake, that's by design. So let me introduce it to you.
Why isn't one of the most successful communities in American history in our history books? Let's talk about it. Black Wall Street. All thanks to O.W. Gurley. He was a successful black businessman who purchased 40 acres of land and named it Greenwood a year before Oklahoma became an official U.S. state. O.W. Gurley opened stores throughout the town and even sold land to other black people, giving them the right to ownership so they can open their own stores and businesses. Now, over time, population grew to over 11,000 black people. They opened their own schools, churches, restaurants, banks, libraries, hospitals, post offices, offices for doctors, lawyers, dentists. I mean, business was booming. They had movie theaters, barbershops, more grocery stores, clothing stores, and even nightclubs. The more the money stayed in the community, the more powerful the Greenwood district became. Get this, they had more millionaires residing there than the United States combined. Even the people who worked outside of the Greenwood district only spent their money in Greenwood, reinvesting into the community. This is why Black Wall Street was one of the most successful neighborhoods in American history. Now, over the past few decades, Americans chose to ignore Black Wall Street, the Greenwood District, and what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But this is where it gets shady. In 1919, the state of Oklahoma started giving the people of Greenwood District a hard time. They even built a railroad running through the middle of the street. But there was so much momentum in Greenwood, they will only evolve around the hurdles and grew even more. But on the date of May 30th, 1921, a black man was accused of assaulting a white woman. Here's what happened. This black man was a shoe shiner, and he had to take a bathroom break to one of the few colored restrooms that were in downtown. He had to take an elevator shaft to go up, and the woman that accused him of assaulting her was a 17-year-old white girl. And as he got off the elevator, he bumped into the young lady and she screamed out loud, "He's assaulting me." Word spread throughout downtown Tulsa, and a lot of white men became irate. That young man was jailed. They asked her, "How did he assault you? What happened? How did it happen?" The truth eventually came out that as he got off of the elevator, she pushed the shaft to start earlier than when he got out, causing him to fall out and stumble onto her. But the lie that eventually came out was a little too late.
A Negro assaults a white girl.
It already caused a town of white men to become outraged. A white mob came to the Greenwood District and terrorized the whole city. Not only did they loot, they burned the city down. They burned every business, 1,200 homes, and firefighters refused to put out any fires in Greenwood. Witnesses say that they seen warplanes circling the city, shooting down at innocent people, and even dropped bombs on the Greenwood District. Following the massacre, insurance companies refused to cover any damages that were caused by the looting and rioting. The government failed to help rebuild the city and blocked efforts to do so. This crime was ignored for decades and even skipped history books. Not one white man arrested, claiming over 300 lives. This massacre was the worst attack in American history on Americans by Americans on American soil, ending Black Wall Street, Memorial Day weekend, June 1st, 1921.
So when you sit there and tell yourself, nah, that pristine look that y'all are trying to depict of black people, that's not us. We steal. Just know that that thought process that you have, the music that you listen to, the parts that black people was playing in these older movies in the 90s, playing the slow guy, playing the gangster guy, playing the tough guy, playing the bad guy, this stuff is not by mistake. A lot of these ideologies that you have about black people was taught to you. And if you don't believe that, why isn't the story of the Black Wall Street in the history books? But we know everything about slavery. So when we do have a chance to put black people in a different light, a pristine light, to show the actual positive that is going on in the black community, that we're more than just thugs, why do you think that's the time to be like, no, 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 we are thieves, we steal? It is not time to talk about our lowlifes, because that ain't all of us. That might be you. That might be you and your homies, but that ain't the rest of us. Close the curtains and sit on your couch and be the bum nigga that you're talking about. But that ain't the rest of us. When I watch them Polo commercials, you know who I see? I see my son. But when my son is 18 years old, you know what I want for him? I want him to be in the prestige colleges. Now, I want him dressing nice with his pants on his waist, because that's where he belongs. I want him talking in different languages and all type of stuff, seeing the world, being well traveled, knowing that the prestige look, the prestige experience of life is for him, not thinking that the street life is where he belongs because that's where the media has told him his color belongs. People on TikTok told him that's where his people belong. His peers told him, nah, bro, we don't read books. Let's go find somebody to rob. Y'all not about to lie to my son like that, because I know my people is way more than that. And just like I said in my Black Fatigue video, I am tired of the people that are making it seem like we are all lowlifes like y'all. We are not. Whether or not I fully support Ralph Lauren, because they've also said some racist things. This might just be great promo, great advertisement, a great business move for them, because they know we're going to talk about it and we're going to invest in them again. That's on them. My whole thing is the overall message of don't depict us in that light. If you're going to depict us, put us out there how we actually are, because we steal from y'all. Nigga, you steal. bum ass nigga. Hey man, it's been your boy Top Boogie. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications and all that good stuff, man. Until next time, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace.